Okay, so right now I'm working on making some felt strip scent testers, and I wanted to show you guys how I do these. I think it's a really great way that I personally have found to generate some reorders, some new customers, because a lot of the time with our product, obviously it's something that when you experience it, it's much easier for customers to place an order because they like to smell before they buy. But it's not always easy, based on their schedule, based on our schedule, how we can get to them to have a party or a sit down. So this is one of my ways of doing it. So I just went ahead and I took a cube of this French lavender bar I've got here. I just melted down one for the purpose of the video. You can see I've got a whole bunch that are going on here. And from the dollar store, I just bought a bunch of these felt strips and I cut them into these like little square shapes here. And you just take them and you can drop a bunch in at one time. I'm just going to do one right now so I don't fumble around trying to get it out. So you just soak up some wax, take it out, and you rest it on a piece of wax paper. And that's it. It's really simple to do. And I personally like doing it this way because it's an inexpensive way to send some testers out. And it's a nice way to basically, it's like sending a bag party in the mail that you don't need to worry about getting back. And what I mean by that is if you were going to send a bag party out, see what I mean? This is what I didn't want to fumble around doing. If you were going to send a bag party out, you got to worry about getting it back. So based on, this is really a perfect way to send out a bag party that it doesn't matter if you get it back or not. You wouldn't want it back anyway. It's for your customers to keep and to check it out, and it's a disposable bag party. It's also just a really nice way, like during a transition time, I'll send these out. I'll pick my top 6 favorite of the new scents, and I'll throw about 6 different little felt strip samples like this in a card explaining that these are not for the purpose of samples to use in their warmers because it is just felt strip testers, scent testers. It's meant to smell before you buy. And the way I label it also is just to kind of reiterate that. I'll label it Smell Me Apple Crush Scent Tester. And I'll put my website, of course, always on every single one. And, I'll send it to them and say, hey, these are my top 6 favorites of the new scents coming out in the spring summer catalog, available now. Wanted to share a chance with you to smell before you buy, and here's a new catalog to check out what else we have to offer. So it's a really great way to go ahead and send it, let your customers smell before they buy. It's an inexpensive way of sending it because they're flat. You're not gonna, see how, it's thin like a card and they're really light. So you're not going to get dinged with a ton of postage sending out a bunch of samples. I'll send out different samples. I'll send out washer with samples, scent circles, but this is just a nice way to let them smell before they buy. And the best part I like about this, because as you saw, when I threw them in there, the felt just soaks it right up. And because it's in a little zippy bag, if it does melt, it's not going to make a huge disgusting mess that's no good that they're just going to have to throw out when it's those warm months and who knows how long it's going to be on a truck for. If it does melt, the felt in there just soaks it right back up. So it's mess free. It's not going to be a hassle for your customers to receive in the mail. So I hope that these helped you. And yeah, I find it a really great way to share new scents, especially during a transition time, but really anytime. It's just a great way to send out a thank you card to a customer who maybe just placed an order with you and you want to share some different scents with them or whatever. It's a nice way to send in the mail a chance for customers to smell before they buy.